Hi everyone, this is Rhonda from Mbaka Design. Today we're going to crochet Joy, a crochet angel. For this project, you will need a 4mm G crochet hook, a yarn needle, stitch markers, a pair of scissors, some Poly-Fil or cotton stuffing. You can use scrap yarn if you'd like, or cotton balls, Bowdabra Bow Wire, or you can use a pipe cleaner, and some medium weight yarn. I used the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. To begin, make a double magic ring using your 4mm hook. And work 6 single crochet stitches into that magic ring. If you'd prefer, you can use a chain 3 to start and slip stitch to form a ring, and then work your 6 single crochet stitches into that ring that you've made. To close the double magic ring, pull on the yarn end and see which end of the yarn is moving, and now pull on the opposite end of that strand. This will close the first ring. Then grab the yarn end again and pull that to securely tighten the second ring. Now we'll begin round 2. For round 2, we work 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch around. I recommend placing your stitch marker in your first stitch to mark your place, so you know when you reach that stitch marker, you're ready to begin the next round. So work 2 single crochet stitches into each of the stitches around. At the end of this round, you will have 12 stitches. For round 3, we will be working 2 single crochets in the first stitch. After you make your first stitch, replace your stitch marker. And 1 single crochet in the next stitch. We repeat this around, working 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. At the end of this round, you will have 18 stitches. For round 4, 5, and 6, we work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. For round 7, work a single crochet 2 together under the front loops of the stitches only. Replace your stitch marker in your first stitch and work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. We repeat this around the head. Single crochet 2 together, working under the front loop of the stitches only, and single crochet in the next stitch. If you prefer, you can work a regular single crochet 2 together under all the loops of the stitch. I find it less bulky and less noticeable when I work under only the front loops on a decrease for this project. So repeat around the entire head, working the single crochet 2 together, and then a single crochet in the next stitch. At the end of the round, you will have 12 stitches. I recommend that you firmly stuff the head at this point. I place the yarn ends inside, and then I add the fiber fill, the Poly-Fil, into the head as well. After you've stuffed the head, place your hook back into the working end of the yarn and pull the yarn end to see which side of the loop is moving. You need to have the top strand of the yarn over the hook be the one that moves up and down when you pull on the yarn end. For round 8, we're working single crochet 2 together all the way around, working only under the front loops of the stitches. Work a single crochet 2 together, and replace your stitch marker, and continue this around, working single crochet 2 together all the way around. At the end of round 8, you will have 6 stitches remaining. If you'd like to add more stuffing for the angel's head, this is the time to do so. If you're happy with how much is in there, you can begin round 9. For round 9, we will be working 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Remember to replace your stitch marker in the first stitch. Continue working around, working 1 single crochet in every stitch. At the end of the round, you will still have 6 stitches. For round 10, we will be working 2 single crochets in each stitch around. At the end of round 10, you will have 12 stitches. To begin round 11, slip stitch into the first stitch and chain 3. The chain 3 is counting as 1 double crochet. Remember to replace your stitch marker to mark your place in the round. Work 1 double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 11, you will have 12 double crochet stitches. To begin round 12, work 1 single crochet in the 3rd chain from that initial chain 3 from the last round. You don't need to slip stitch to join first, just work that single crochet right into the chain 3. Replace your stitch marker. Work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 5. This is creating the first armhole for the angel. And skip 2 stitches. Work 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So work 4 single crochets. Chain 5 to to create the second armhole for the angel. Skip 2 stitches and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. At the end of this round, you'll have 8 single crochet stitches and 2 chain 5 spaces. For round 13, we are going to work 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch and in each chain around. So work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, replace your stitch marker, and work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. For the chain stitches, just work the single crochet under one of the loops for each of the chains. And work 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets all the way around. You will have 18 single crochets after this round. For round 14, chain 4, work 1 front post treble crochet in each stitch around. Yarn over the hook 2 times. Insert your hook around the post of the single crocheted beneath it from front to back to front. Yarn over, pull up 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over twice, insert the hook around the post of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat this all the way around. At the end, you will slip stitch to the second front post triple crochet stitch, skipping right over the initial chain 4. This pushes the chain 4 to the back of your work and hides it within the angel's body. You will have 18 stitches at the end of the round. For round 15, chain 3 and work 1 double crochet in the same stitch. This counts as 2 double crochets. Work 2 double crochets in each stitch around. At the end of the round, you will have 36 double crochet stitches. Slip stitch to the first double crochet stitch to join, and begin round 16. Chain 2 and work 1 front post double crochet in each double crochet stitch around. At the end of the round, you will need to work 1 front post double crochet around the chain 3 from round 15, because we were counting that as 1 double crochet. You will have 36 stitches at the end of the round. For round 17, we work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. I recommend placing your stitch marker in that first single crochet stitch to mark your place. Work 1 single crochet stitch in each of the stitches around. At the end of round 17, you will have 36 stitches. For round 18, we begin by working 1 single crochet stitch in the first stitch. Replace your stitch marker and work 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Repeat this, 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Continue this all the way around. And then you finish off, and we will join with an invisible join before weaving in the ends. Now we will continue working on the angel's skirt. We're going to be joining with a single crochet. If you prefer, you can join with a slip stitch and then chain 1 and work a single crochet. Find that chain 4 that we pushed to the back of your work and single crochet in the next stitch to join. Work 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way around. You will have 36 stitches at the end of this round. We will continue working in single crochet stitches around the skirt. Replace your stitch marker and work 2 more rounds of single crochet. Next, we will work 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch around. This will leave us with a front loop that we will be able to see and work into for the other skirt layers. Work 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch around. Next, we will work 1 single crochet in each stitch around in both loops. For this round, we will work 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch around. This will create the open front loops for the last round of the ruffle for the skirt. So work 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch around. And when you finish this round, we have 1 more round of single crochet to work. The last round is worked under both loops of the stitch. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. You will have 36 single crochets at the end of this round. If you look at the skirt, you can see where the remaining front loops create a line around the base of the skirt. We will be working into those loops to add the ruffles to the dress. You can finish off using an invisible join and weave in those ends. Find your chain 4 and then look for the first remaining loop, front loop, that we didn't work into. You can see that there is 1 starting one and an ending one for each section of the ruffle we need to work. To begin, we're going to work a single crochet into that first unworked loop. You can substitute a slip stitch and chain 1 and then work a single crochet if you prefer. So work 1 single crochet in the first loop and 1 single crochet in each remaining loop around. You will have 36 single crochet stitches at the end of this round. Next, work 1 single crochet in the first stitch that you worked. Replace your stitch marker and work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Now we will add the ruffle to the skirt. Work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, replace your stitch marker, and work 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Continue this all the way around. At the end of the round, you can finish off with an invisible join and weave in those ends. Now we will add the final layer of the skirt. Place a slip knot on your hook and add 1 single crochet to the first unworked loop remaining in the next round. Work 1 single crochet in each of those loops all the way around the skirt. Work 1 single crochet in the first stitch that you worked, replace your stitch marker, and work 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets around the skirt. Now we will add the ruffle to the skirt. Work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Work 3 double crochets in the stitch after that. Work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Continue working this all the way around. And then finish off your yarn with an invisible join and weave in your ends. Now we will make the angel's arm. To begin, place a slip knot on your hook and chain 21 stitches. Beginning in the second chain from your hook, work 1 single crochet in each chain across. You will have 20 single crochets at the end of this round. Chain 1, turn your work, and work 1 single crochet in each stitch across. At the end of the round, chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each row end. Chain 1, rotate your work, and work 1 single crochet in the unworked loops from the foundation chain row. When you reach the corner, chain 1 and rotate your work, and work 1 single crochet in each row end. Chain 1 and rotate your work, and now fold the ends together, and working through both layers, work 1 slip stitch in each stitch across. If you prefer, you can cut the yarn end and whip stitch this part of the arm together. When you get to the end of the row, finish off using the chain 1 method, and weave in your end. Slide the arm through the arm openings on the dress. Next, we will make the angel's wings. Chain 10, begin in the second chain from the hook and work 1 slip stitch in each chain across. Chain 1 and turn. You will have 9 stitches. Now work 1 slip stitch under the back loop of each of the first 8 stitches. Skip the last stitch, chain 2, and turn your work. We have 8 stitches for that row. Work 1 slip stitch in each of the stitches across, in the back loop only. You have 8 stitches, chain 1 and turn, work 1 slip stitch in each of the stitches across in the back loop only for the first 7 stitches. Leave the last stitch unworked, chain 2, and turn your work. Working in the back loop only, work 1 slip stitch in each stitch across. You'll have 7 stitches at the end of the row. Chain 1 and turn your work. Working under the back loop only, work 1 slip stitch in each of the first 6 stitches. Skip the last remaining stitch. Chain 2 and turn your work. Working under the back loop only, work 1 slip stitch under each stitch across. You have 6 stitches for this row. Chain 1 and turn. Working under the back loop only, work 1 slip stitch in each of the first 5 stitches. Skip the last stitch, chain 2 and turn your work. Work 1 slip stitch under the back loop only of each stitch across. You have 5 stitches for this row. Chain 1 and turn. Working under the back loop only, 1 slip stitch in each of the first 4 stitches. Skip the last stitch, chain 2, turn your work. Working 1 slip stitch under the back loop of each stitch across. You have 4 stitches for this row. Chain 1 and turn your work. Working under the back loops only, work 1 slip stitch in each of the first 3 stitches. Skip the last stitch, chain 2 and turn. Work 1 slip stitch under the back loop only of each stitch across. You will have 3 stitches at the end of this row. To form the wing, chain 1 and work a single crochet 7 together. It's a lot easier than it sounds. Insert your hook in between each row and pull up 1 loop. At the end of this row, you will have 8 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 8 loops. Chain 1 and finish off, leaving a tail of yarn to allow you to sew the wing to the angel's back later. Repeat this process to create a second wing. Next, we will make the halo. You will need a smaller hook. I'm using a 2.25 millimeter, but you can pick any smaller sized hook that you have. Create a slip knot using the bow wire and chain 20 stitches. After you have 20 chains, you can cut the end of the bow wire and finish it off. Pull slightly to tighten the last chain. Now take the end of the wire that you just cut and thread it through the 7th chain from the beginning of the chain row to create the halo loop. Weave the end through the straight part of the halo. You can use a yarn needle or you can use your crochet hook just to weave it in and out between the stitches, or you can simply twist it. Trim the end so that it is an even point. Thread it on your yarn needle and place it into the back of the head. Trim any excess bow wire and then add the wings. The wings are added to the back of the angel's dress using a simple whip stitch technique. Weave in the yarn end and then add the second wing in the same way, whip stitching in place. Thank you for watching my video tutorial for Joy, a crocheted angel. This free pattern is available on my website. You can download a copy using the print friendly button at the top of the post. Please visit my website for more free patterns and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more free tutorials. Thanks and have a great day.